Hey guys, how's it going? Here with another review today. This is a 2012 Mercedes E-350 Sedan. Okay, so we're going to take a quick look at the interior and see what this Mercedes is like. So, I'm going to come over here, take a look at the center console. Now, if you notice here, being an E-Class, it's a mid-size sedan, so there's a nice amount of room in here, and the center console is fairly wide. Okay, just to give a quick overview here. Alright, now, the glove box opens using a pull mechanism up here, and then inside there is a fair amount of storage. However, it is a little bit dirty in here, so I'm going to take a close look at that. However, it does feel nice to the touch, and it is padded. However, it's not leather, so it's actually just a vinyl type material with leather graining on it. However, it does feel pretty nice. It does give a little bit. It's not perfectly solid, but it's still pretty nice quality to this. Moving up over here, you have the Mercedes command interface. You have this small dial here, which actually is a nice piece of aluminum here, surrounded by this trim, nice aluminum trim. And you have your back and also clear functions on either side. Pretty nice. Again, a little bit simple. I think they could have done a little bit more with the design of this. Made it a little bit more interesting to look at. If you notice this trim over here, this is all real wood. I mean, this is a Mercedes-Benz, roughly a $50,000 car, so this is all genuine materials for the most part. Coming down over here on the side here of the center console, interestingly enough, where a lot of automakers do skimp on the materials and stuff down here, this is actually still soft. So it's essentially the same material that's on the glove box, which is pretty nice. You almost never see that, and it extends all the way back here. So when you're driving and your knees are against here or wherever they may be, it'll be just a little bit easier on them, which is really nice, I have to say. Coming over here, this is some storage over here. You push that forward, and you have some decent sized cup holders with some with some grabbers there, and you have you could sort of take this stuff out to clean it and everything, which is pretty nice. And then you do have a cigarette holder over here, and you have your power outlet over here. Again, I apologize for the mess, but close that like this, it slides right back. So that's pretty nice function to that. Slides back nicely. Over here you have your climate controls. They work pretty well, pretty accessible as well. Nice readout over here especially. You can see that's very nicely done, very clear. All the buttons feel nice, and you see the wood extends up here. It's the same wood trim, and over here is the same sort of soft plastic trim as well. And then up here you have your media controls, which are nicely done. Buttons are a little bit small, and this I really think that they should do away with this dial pad over here. It's getting a little bit long in the tooth. I'm not sure how many people use that, but it is pretty nice in here. You do have a central controller, which again, this is genuine aluminum. Same thing over here. The trim is real aluminum, which is pretty nice. Over here you do have some more soft plastic trim on either side. So very little use of hard plastics in here, which is nice. At this price level, that it should be like that. Over here, this trim around the air vents, surprisingly enough, this is actually just plastic, silver painted plastic, as well as the actual louvers. So kind of skimped over here. I think that this car would have had one of the nicest interiors in the Mercedes lineup if they would have just sort of followed through with this trim and had this all aluminum stretching down over there, because this silver plastic is just getting a little bit tired at this point. You do have that same wood trim though, which is very nice. So it extends all the way under the gauge cluster over here. This is all that comes all the way around here, as well as over here. So it's nice they follow through with that. And then of course, where most cars nowadays have the higher quality plastics is up here. and this is all soft, you know, and has a nice graining as well, extending all the way over there. So that's pretty nicely done. Same thing with the glove box. So there's almost zero use of hard plastics in this car, which is really quite nice. And the screen is also pretty nice as well. If not a little bit small, it is a pretty nice looking screen. Coming over here, you have your steering wheel, which again is very nicely done in this car. You have some nice leather on either side, as well as some very nice wood, which is solid wood going all the way around. Sometimes it'll just be a trim that's on the top there. This does go all the way around. And then over here you have some nice smooth plastic, and with this genuine aluminum insert, which is very nice again, and that extends all the way behind the airbag all the way over here, which is very nice. Now coming over here, just take a look at the door panels. Might be a little bit of a glare, unfortunately, but you have this same wood trim that comes across, glossy wood trim, and that same silver painted plastic, unfortunately. But besides that though, the door is very nicely finished with that soft graining up here, again over here, and then all the way down here, as well as this I wouldn't even call this leather. It does have stitching here. However, if you examine this closely, it does look like this is imitation leather, so this is actually more of a vinyl finish with some nice padding in it. So it does feel very nice, however it doesn't feel too natural, and I have my doubts that it's real leather. This is certainly real leather over here though, and you can tell it's definitely a difference in the way these two look. Coming over here, you know, these controls are all very well done. You have your seat controls over here, most Mercedes put them there, and a nice metal door handle. Even this little trim over here is real metal, which is pretty nice. Lights over here, most Mercedes do it that way. Okay, everything over here is pretty nice to the touch. Feels like it's all screwed in pretty well. You know, even if you notice these the door pockets over here, the mat pockets I should say, even these are actually all soft to the touch. So really, it extends all the way down, and you don't see that too often, which is quite nice. So just get a nice look at that. And if you notice, the trim of course comes down here as well. That wood trim, nice piece of wood. So very nice in here for the most part. I would say this is definitely one of the nicer cabins in the Mercedes lineup. The use of materials is pretty nice. I would say that in some areas, for example, if you sit in the up to the 2012 or 2013 model S-Class, you know, even in that car, generally this will be all hard to the touch plastic. However, here it's actually soft, which is, you know, pretty interesting, pretty nice. So I wish there was more consistency in the Mercedes lineup in terms of overall design and style, especially inside. You know, if you look at an Audi, if you look at a BMW, they're pretty much all the same car with, you know, in terms of design, with really just the dimensions being a little bit different. Now, looking up here, you do have, you know, the pretty standard cloth lining. You have the sunroof in this car, which has the vents, which is pretty excellent. You have some nice lighting features up here. Some nicely designed lights. Okay, everything does feel relatively high quality, and the cloth extends all the way down the A pillar, which is pretty nice as well. Even over by the B pillar is all cloth. So very well done overall in terms of the cabin quality. Just take a look at the back real quick. There you go. Now you got a much better view of the front there, and In terms of materials carrying over into the rear, we'll take a quick look at that. The door materials are the same as the front. There's the same trim over here, same metal handle with the trim around it. You have the same leather, okay? You have the same armrest material, and it extends all the way down to here, where the map pockets are actually hard back here, but it's soft all the way down to here. And obviously the nice wood trim. So overall, very nicely done. Nicely put together, nicely built, and a good use of materials overall in this car. So pretty impressed. Good job, Mercedes, I would say, with this. And I think it is due for a refresh in the next couple of years. They did the exterior already, so it's probably going to be a complete overhaul coming up relatively soon. So tell me what you think. If you liked it, too long, too short, like, comment, and subscribe if you like. That'd be great. Thank you, and I'll hopefully see you soon with another car here.